Watch your style.
Published by TDK Media, the same folks who bought you cassette tapes. From their short time in the game industry from 2001 to 2004, this was one of their 12 published games, developed by RFX Interactive. Released in 2001, it's Lady SIA exclusively to the GBA. This is a traditional platformer where the player slashes an array of enemies, mostly goofy looking ones. We jump on platforms, avoid obstacles, explore stages to look for switches and such. The story is of a queen, Lady SIA, who is on a mission to restore alliances with other continents, to unite them in order to destroy Ominon, the powerful warlock, who created the half-beast, half-human creatures, Tosas. Not to be mistaken for a tosser, there is certainly a backstory to this world and its characters. What I like about this game, I would say the game's biggest strength is its visuals, with its toon art style and great character animation. From when the character is at the brink of falling at an edge of a platform, or simply idle. On the topic of visual, this has to be the best cutscene I've seen on the GBA, with full motion animation. I like the fact that there are 4 hidden levels, which are only unlocked when you collect all the gems and rescue all the prisoners within each stage. This also treats the player to an extra cutscene once you complete the game. The game uses a world map system, where the player can navigate through each stage. There are in total 4 continents, each containing 5 levels, with 4 bosses in each continent. Every level has its own flavour, and not simply a rehash of the previous level. What I didn't like about this game, the soundtrack sounds crunchy, with a simple melody on a short loop. I found myself getting frustrated with the sounds. The gameplay isn't smooth and feels clunky. The character often slides on the platform as if on ice. Further, when the player presses the attack button, the player moves forward. Sometimes I would accidentally fall off a platform. At times, it was difficult to distinguish between the backgrounds and the interactive platforms, so I simply plummeted into death. When moving through a single stage, the player's health does not replenish between scenes. This would lead the player to be thrown into a challenging situation with low life. Lady SIA has magical powers which you could cast, which is a great concept. However, it was difficult to execute some of these special moves, due to difficult input combination, which is to be executed with unpredictable frame rates. The game feels unpolished. Through my playthrough, I found some strange bugs. The boss battles weren't enjoyable. They often took too long to play out. Working out how to attack them was more of a challenge than defeating them. To conclude, the visuals are charming, with good variety of levels. The game feels unpolished, although it is playable. Sadly, what lets this game down is its less than average controls, bad music and funky level design. This game wasn't popular during its release. Now, due to the internet, this title is now being labelled a hidden gem. Although after my playthrough, I would say this is an overrated, underrated game. Sadly, Lady SIA just missed the mark from being a better game than what it is. Anyways guys, as always, it's been a pleasure and I want to thank you for watching my channel.